It's that time of the day, y'all, where it's the Talking with Sue Ham show, a show that's inspirational, motivational, and offers a lot of good comedy. This is the show to help you jumpstart your day, jumpstart your life, jumpstart your year. So make sure you're tuning in and listening. Get ready, because here it is, the Talking with Sue Ham show. Thank you guys for tuning in for another episode of the Talking with Sue Ham show. Again, I am excited because I get to do what I love to do, and that is share inspiration, motivation, and words of wisdom with you guys weekly. And today is no different. Today on the show, we have Shawn Anderson. He's a national keynote and inspirational speaker and a 5-time author on the topics of overcoming failure and going the extra mile. His life mission is to empower 1 million people to lead a more passionate and purposeful existence. Shawn has sold over 65,000 copies of his title. Referred to as the Extra Mile Man by media outlets for his creation of the Extra Mile America Foundation, Shawn is passionate about spreading the message that we can create our own destinies by going the extra mile in life. After graduating from the University of California, Berkeley, Shawn moved to San Diego with $300 to his name. $300, wow. While working the graveyard shift from 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. for only $4.25 an hour, he developed a success accountability system called SOAR, Seeing, Organizing, Acting, Rejecting, that changed the world. Years later, Shawn turned the SOAR concept into a book called Soar to the Top. Since then, he has built successful organizations, developed national events, and created a multi-million-dollar business from the ground up. Shawn passionately believes that he can take a dream and turn it into reality. He is a solidifier of ideas, a magnifier of projects, and a dramatic results producer. He plays life with energy, lots of it, every day. Listeners, I take great pleasure in presenting author and motivational speaker Shawn Anderson to you. Shawn, how are you? Welcome to the show, buddy.
Thank you, Sue Hannon. You need to take a breath after that one, don't you?
Yes, I had to get it all in. You know, we only got 30 minutes, and I just wanted to get it all in.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you for the privilege of being on your show today.
Awesome. Well, let's just go right into it because it's going to be an exciting, upbeat, inspirational show for you listeners out there. So, Shawn, your mission is to empower 1 million people. I had to do that in my Austin Powers voice. But your mission is to empower 1 million people to lead a more positive and purposeful existence. How did you come about that mission?
Well, first off, I believe that if you're going to set a goal, the goal needs to be measurable. Certainly 1 million people makes it measurable. As far as encouraging people to lead a more passionate and purposeful existence, I can't think of anything more for me that drives me more. Mm-hmm. We get one life, and my whole premise in life is to motivate, encourage, and empower people to live the life they love.
Yeah.
That's what's my juice. That's what turns me on. So setting a mission like this is easy for me. Every single thing that I do in my life is centered on this one thing: encouraging, empowering, helping people chase their dreams, helping people go for it and live the life they love.
Awesome. So that in turns, it motivates you, huh? But I know that's what you feel your purpose is, but what is that underlying thing that motivates you to encourage others?
You know, I'm a major league cheerleader. I love to clap for people. I love to
wait a minute. What did you just say?
I love to feel other people's success. I love it.
Shawn,
did you smiles with victory in their heart after something they've accomplished, and I know that I planted a small seed. That is the most powerful success feeling you could ever imagine.
Did you just say you were a cheerleader?
I'm a cheerleader for people, absolutely. I wasn't a cheerleader in the formal sense of the word, but I'm certainly a cheerleader for people. I'm an encourager, an empowerer, a people builder, a battery charger of the human spirit, and a cheerleader. Yeah, it's good to cheer for people.
Yes, it is. And I tell you, I can hear your enthusiasm. I mean, I can feel it, and it's empowering me right now. And I mean that. I mean, you are excited about life, and I can tell that. I can tell it's not phony. It's authentic, and we need more people like you. So tell me about the Extra Mile America tour.
Well, first off, thank you so much. That's very kind of you. In 2009, I created the Extra Mile America Tour. At that time, the news media was just pounding us with negative news about people losing their jobs, businesses closing, even banks were closing, and it was really tough to feel like we had a sense of control over our own destiny.
Wow.
So I decided to use my small voice and do something to remind people that if you really want to create positive change, if you want positive change in your life, in your relationships, in your job, in your future, you can't keep doing the same thing. You got to get off the status quo road, and you've got to do a little bit more. You've got to give a little bit more, and you've got to go the extra mile. So as a symbol of what it means to really go the extra mile, I took my 47-year-old non-bicyclist body on a bicycle 4,000 miles across the country, ocean to ocean, from San Francisco to Boston.
Wow.
Along the way, I created events in 21 cities, many with the mayors, where I had the privilege of interviewing over 200 people who had been identified as having gone the extra mile in life, in either overcoming defeat or loss or tragedy or failure, or in chasing a dream that was serving the community. That's how it all started.
My goodness, that's impressive. Well, on this journey, I know you must have met a lot of inspiring people. Can you just give us a couple, of who you met and just tell us about their stories?
I'll absolutely be privileged to. I met a woman in Iowa. When she was introduced to me, she had to be escorted up to me on somebody's arm. You see, Sheila Holsworth was blind. She had two glass eyes.
Wow.
But it wasn't always like that. When Sheila was 10 years old, the orthodontic headgear that she was wearing for her teeth, one day it snapped. And when it snapped, it gouged out both of her eyes. So for the first 10 years of Sheila's life, she could see just as you and I can see. But after that, she was destined to live as a blind person, except she chose to go the extra mile and not take that worst day of her life as the way to live the rest of the days. Today, Sheila Holsworth is recognized worldwide as an international world record holder for both skiing and snow and water skiing. She's a trick skiing artist. She is a person who's run marathons. She's rode a bike tandem across her state. And most impressive to me is this woman who truly believes you can climb any mountain, no matter your circumstances. The first blind woman to climb one of the world's tallest mountains. She climbed Mount Rainier.
Wow.
How much more can we do with the eyesight that we've been given? I'll give you one more example. There was a woman in, let me tell you about a couple in Denver, Colorado, Brad and Libby Berkey. Brad and Libby had a passion for the homeless. They would volunteer every single week. They would go down and they would serve food, but they thought that process lacked a little dignity, that the food wasn't the quality it should be. So Brad, just a normal computer guy, and Libby, a school teacher, decided to cash out all their money. They didn't have much. They cashed it out to open up a restaurant. The restaurant's name is the Same Cafe. The letters S-A-M-E. Stands for So All May Eat. If we were to go into this restaurant today, Suham, we would not get, we would get, there would be no prices on the menu.
Wow.
At the end of our meal, we would not get a bill. You see, at the Same Cafe, you pay what you can afford to pay.
Are you serious?
Now, this is what's really unique. Sometimes when you dream so big in life, when you chase your own dream and go the extra mile, others can be inspired. NBC did a story on them shortly thereafter. All across the country, little restaurants like the Same Cafe started popping up.
Wow. Man, that's impressive. I've never heard of anything like that. And to be able to pay what you can afford to eat, what an idea.
But the thing is even if you can't afford to pay anything, that doesn't mean you get off the hook. That means you can pick up a broom and sweep.
Yeah.
That means you can earn your meal, so it brings integrity back to the whole process.
I love that concept. I love that idea, because you're right. As long as you're able-bodied, you can do something. You can, there's many other types of compensation besides money. Well, sounds like you've met a lot of great people while out there on the tour. Tell me, what was it like, though, pedaling a bike across the country? I couldn't imagine doing that. I'm not in any physical shape to do that.
Well, I honestly, it's a challenge, but so is life. So pedaling a bike is just like life at times. Sometimes there are long and super exhausting days when you don't think that you can pedal another mile. And then sometimes there's super rainy days, which just never seem to end. And then there are huge mountains that we all need to climb to reach our goals. And then sometimes in life, sometimes we even crash. And we have to find the courage to get back up on our bike and keep pedaling. So riding across the country is very much like living life.
Wow, I love that analysis, that comparison. Now, you have a very, very special day, and what I would like for you to do is tell us about Extra Mile Day, how it came about, and what exactly is it?
Well, again, going back to Extra Mile America in 2009, when I was pedaling across the country, there's one stretch in the Nevada desert, which is about 60 miles, where there's no rest stop, there's no trees, there's no nothing. And so here I am, I'm pedaling across the desert, I'm sweating in 115-degree heat, and I have this idea. I said, wow, I think this would be so great if we could get cities involved about recognizing the capacity we each have to create change when we go the extra mile. So as soon as I could get a cell phone area, I called back to my staff and said, hey, let's call some cities and let's see if we can get them to support November 1st as Extra Mile Day.
Wow.
The first year, 2009, we had 23 mayors who recognized those going the extra mile in their community in volunteerism and service.
That's impressive.
Let's fast forward 3 years later, Sue Ham, to 2012. November 1 is coming up. It's Extra Mile Day. This year, there will be 358 cities and mayors across the United States that will be recognizing Extra Mile Day.
Awesome.
Not bad, huh?
Awesome. That's impressive. Very impressive. My hats are off to you. Now, and I can tell just from the tone of your voice and just the efforts that you put into the Extra Mile American Tour and in helping to establish the Extra Mile Day and just encouraging people along your journey that you are all about helping others. For those people out there who are desiring greater success, what would you share with them?
Well, the principle that I really live by the most is knock down 10 times, get up 11. It's pretty much a guarantee that every single one of us, you and me, and every listener knows what it feels like to get punched in the gut by life.
Absolutely.
To either be a lost job or struggling to make ends meet financially every month and just going, man, how am I going to get the money to do this? It could be going to the doctor and the doctor says, I'm sorry to tell you, but we've got some bad news here. It could be that someone really close to you dies. I mean, we all know that pain. We all know what that feels like.
Yes, we do.
But yet, we still have control over our lives, that we have the choice of whether or not we get back up again. I mean, you're a perfect example of this. I mean, understanding your background, you've lived through poverty and divorce and bankruptcy and personal doubt.
Yeah.
But you know what going the extra mile is. You know what it feels like, but yet you did it, right?
Yeah, I had to. There was no choice. I wasn't going to lay down and die, so I had to do it. Had to do it. Wow, the thing about it is, like you said, life deals us blows. So it's just, what are you going to do about it? You've got to change your mindset. And after this break, what I would like for you to do is share with our listeners how to go about changing their mindset, how to have the best mindset to accomplish their goals. So if you're just tuning in, you're listening to the Talking with Sue Ham show, where my guest is phenomenal author and motivational, inspirational speaker, Shawn Anderson. We will be right back after these commercial breaks.
Grand Central Station Restaurant is redefining your dining experience. If you're in the mood for the likes of a steak, ribs and shrimp, or if you're simply wanting an American burger and flavored wings, then Grand Central Station Restaurant is the place of choice. With plenty of room and a beautiful ambiance, Grand Central Station Restaurant is perfect for your class reunion, birthday party, bridal shower, wedding anniversary, and so much more. For our menus and daily specials, please visit us online at grandcentralstationkingstree.com or call us at 843-355-0078 to take advantage of our curbside assistance. Next time you're in Kingstree, make your next destination Grand Central Station Restaurant. Let us redefine your dining experience.
Got a great product, service, book, event, business, or music you want to share with the public? Then let Sue Ham help you advertise on TV, radio, social media, and the internet. Call 843-230-0175 to get your business, services, books, events, and products on TV today. Or visit us online at www.sueham.com. That's sueham.com.
We are back on the Talking with Sue Ham show, where my guest is the author and inspirational speaker, Shawn Anderson. Shawn, you still with me? I'm glad to have you.
Oh, Sue Ham, I am privileged to be here. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Right before the break, we told everyone that you were going to tell us how to establish and develop the best mindset to go about accomplishing our goals. Can you briefly tell us about that?
Okay, well, I'll tell you what, it begins at the very beginning of the day.
I totally agree with that.
Yeah, it's the very first thing. I mean, when we wake up, we have a choice of what kind of mindset we're going to go into a day with. And so often when our feet first fly off the bed and they hit the floor, we start thinking about, oh, man, what do I have to do today? Oh, gosh, where do I have to take the kids? Oh, I've got to do this. Oh, my gosh, the bills are due. There's a whole bunch of oh, mans that we start saying. Well, you start creating that kind of positive or that kind of negative mind conditioning in your brain, then the rest of the day kind of carries that momentum. And you constantly feel like you're playing catch-up, and you're constantly feeling like that life's kind of kicking you in the teeth all the time. I suggest, and this is what I do every single day, I start my morning at the very first thing, planting what I want my mind to think about. There's 3 morning questions I ask myself every single morning as soon as I get up. Question number 1. What am I excited about today?
Wow.
Come on, what is that one thing that I'm excited about that I can look forward to and say, yeah, that's exciting. I want to do that. Question number 2, who can I serve or who can I empower? Who's that one person out there that needs you to give them the phone call, to send the email that says, you know, keep going or whatever? Who can you be a cheerleader for? When we take the focus off of ourselves and put the focus on someone else, all of a sudden our world looks a little bit sunnier. Question number 3 that I ask myself every single morning, what am I grateful for? I think that if we start a day with an attitude of gratitude and really considering all that we have rather than all that we don't have, sure puts a whole different spin on how we walk through the rest of our day. So those are the 3 questions I start from the very beginning. What am I excited about? Who can I serve? What am I grateful for?
Man, what a fantastic way to start today. Instead of saying, oh, man, I got to go to this job, or oh, man, I got to cook dinner. You know, what are you excited about? Who are you going to serve today? And what are you thankful for? 3 great questions to get you in a great mood to have a phenomenal, exceptional day. And I got to tell you, Shawn, I feel the same as you. I believe we should start our day expecting greatness, and we should be thankful for everything that we have. Because in being thankful, we multiply. We multiply what we have, and we bring that back to us, the goodness back to us that we give out. Well, Shawn, moving on.
Absolutely. You know, life is just far too short. You know, this great gift of life that we've been given, it's just far too short to not live days that are grateful and appreciative. It's an amazing privilege to be able to live life. And, it's, you know, I really feel it's our responsibility to lead a life that at the end we can go, wow, I really left footprints, not in sand.
Yeah.
That could be washed away by a wave, but footprints in concrete that said, I was here.
Yeah.
I made a difference. I contributed. My life added value to others, my family, my businesses, my organizations, and my community. I think that's the perfect life.
Oh, it definitely is, without a shadow of a doubt. And, you know, I love the fact that you're an author of 5 books, and you've got this great book called A Better Life, an empowering story about starting over.
So the book, A Better Life, an inspiring story about starting over, it takes us from our lowest point, and it helps us get to our highest point. It's a fictional story about a guy who loses his job. He's down on life completely until he meets an empowering teacher named Amicus. And Amicus teaches him 21 life lessons that change him from the inside out, so that he's once again be able to find the strength, the power to get back up off his knees and to live a life that he feels fantastic about.
Wow. 21 lessons. Can you give us like 2 or 3 of the lessons that, you know, the readers can look forward to reading in your book?
Certainly. One of the lessons is about taking risks. One of the lessons is about it's about dreaming big. One of the lessons is about thinking long-term versus short-term. One of the lessons is about, you know, how to successfully take a big, giant goal and to break it down into small parts. One of the lessons talks about how to find your passion, how to find your purpose. So each of these lessons, it's in terms of a conversation that Amicus, the main teacher, has with the character, Jay Garfield. And so it's those lessons that an individual who can read it can not only be inspired and entertained by the story that goes along, but he can say, oh, wow, yes, that affects me too.
Wow, man, that's That's awesome. Just the 4 or 5 life lessons you named are enough reasons to go out there, rush and get the book. Because I'll tell you, I'm going to pick up the book today. The importance of thinking long term. Finding out your purpose and your passion. Dreaming big. I mean, that's important. Just the other day, I had a young lady tell me that she didn't know what her passion was. She didn't know what her purpose was. And so, I gave her 2 or 3 different exercises. And I was like, hopefully that'll lead you into your passion. But what I'll do now is I'll say, hey, go make sure you pick up Shawn Anderson's book, A Better Life, an empowering story about starting over. And hopefully that will give her some insight as well. Well,
that's great. And it's only $4.99. The book's ebook on Amazon right now. And I made it that price so that there's no way in the world someone who's really interested in wanting to invest in their life, you can spend $5 at Starbucks. So I'll tell you what. $5 at Starbucks versus $5 on a book that absolutely has the power to change your life. You tell me what's more important, right?
Exactly. You better put Starbucks on hold and go pick up Shawn Anderson's book, A Better Life, an empowering story about starting over. And you said it's on Amazon?
Yes, at Amazon.com. That's where the ebook is. Amazon.com, okay. Shawn Anderson, A Better Life, an inspiring story about starting over.
Awesome. So you got so much going on, man. What's next for the Extra Mile Man?
Well, I'll tell you what. You have caught me right here on October 31st. Mm-hmm. And that is the day before November 1st, and we are just jam-packed. We're talking to cities all over the country. 359 cities have declared November 1st is Extra Mile Day. Uh-huh. So I'll tell you what's next for me after this is I'm going to do a little traveling for a while, and I'm going to get back up on January 1st, and I'm going to take on a new adventure. I'll tell you one thing, though. Mm-hmm. ExtraMileAmerica.org is something that I've been really passionate about, spreading this message about living the Extra Mile message across the country, but I've also just started dreaming about Extra Mile World. And I think in 2013, one of the things that we're going to start to do is we're going to start to press this Extra Mile message to Dubai, to Singapore, and to Barcelona, and to London, across the world.
Man, that is fantabulous. I love speaking to new people, seeing that they're living out their dreams and dreaming big and making things happen. And that, my man, that definitely is you, Shawn. So, listen, you're all energized and motivated and inspiring, and you're trying to reach 1 million people. Tell us how we can book you as a motivational speaker. How do we connect with you?
Well, I'll tell you what. If you wanted to find more about me, you can certainly go to Shawn Anderson, SHAWN, ShawnAnderson.com. I'm happy to, first off, you know what? I answer every single email that anybody ever writes to me.
Wow.
Sometimes it takes a couple extra hours a day, but anybody at this point in life who's passionate about wanting to create life change, and they've got a question they ask me, I write everyone back. So if someone wants to write to me, they can write to Shawn at ShawnAnderson.com. If somebody wants to book me for a speaking gig, absolutely write to me at Shawn at ShawnAnderson.com, and we'll get back in touch with you, and we'll see what you have and what we can do. I'm happy to help everybody. And to me, it's not about making money in life at this point. It's about touching people. It's about impacting people. It's about helping other people live their dreams. That is always my number one focus.
Wow, and that comes across in the way you speak. You're very passionate about the way how you speak and what you speak about, and you can always differentiate someone who's authentic and someone who's a phony. And you, sir, you are definitely authentic, and I'm so glad to have had you on the show to share, your life experiences, to tell us about the Extra Mile Man, to share your book, and just share words of motivation and wisdom, because that's what this show is about. Before we let you go, is there anything else you'd like to tell the listening audience?
Yeah, I think they're pretty darn lucky to listen to you, Suham, and I'll tell you why. I mean,
well,
you're a woman who knows exactly what it feels like to be on your knees because of life and the things you've gone through, of what you've overcome.
Absolutely.
Because of the dreams that you still continue to push. You are a perfect role model of what it means to set a gigantic goal, create a plan, take action on that plan every day, reject the failures that might come your way, and keep going. I mean, you live what you talk about. So wow. I encourage you to keep on being gigantic and empowering, and I hope that your audience really realizes that they've got a pretty precious gift in having the chance to listen to you.
Oh, well, awesome. I thank you so much. Oh, you got me in here blushing. If only you could see. Well, Shawn, once again, thank you for taking time on your schedule to share with my listeners, the beauty of the journey that you are embarked upon. And I know they're going to reach out to you, email you, and they're going to go get that great book from Amazon.com. That's right, Shawn Anderson's book, A Better Life, an empowering story about starting over. Guys, thank you for listening to the Talking with Sue Ham show. Stay tuned. We will be right back with the Sue Ham tip of the week.
Become a published author for less than $25. Have a book idea, poems to share, and creativity to spare, desires, dreams, and knowledge to pass along? You need the ebook Become a Published Author for less than $25. Available now at SueHam.com. That's SueHam.com. Don't dream about being a published author. Become one. Get the ebook Become a Published Author for less than $25 at SueHam.com. That's SueHam.com.
Awesome. What another dynamic show we have had this week. Thank my guests again, Shawn Anderson, the Extra Mile Man. And just before we get out of here, I got to tell you guys about a couple things coming up. Listen, Sue Ham has a new mobile app. That's right. If you've got a Droid phone, go to googleplay.com and download my new app. Just type in Sue Ham in the search engine and download the app. You can keep up with me, listen to my radio shows in case you missed it. You can also order the book, Don't Quit, Follow Your Dreams on there. A great book, by the way, written by yours truly. You can keep up with what events I'm a part of and so many other different things. Just go and download my app. It's called Sue Ham. Go to googleplay.com and download your app right now. Also, make sure you go to my girl's website, kendrasmith.org, and vote for her. She's nominated in 4 different categories. And also for my girl, Nisha, thevoiceworld.com. She's nominated in several different categories in an upcoming event. So go visit those 2 websites. And if you're in Kingstree, make sure you stop by Grand Central Station. If you do stop by there, tell them Sue Ham baby sent you, and you'll get 10% off your meal. And guys, God has been blessing me. I'm on so many different radio stations now. The newest radio station is ipraiseradio.net. So listen to Sue Ham on ipraiseradio.net on Wednesday nights at 9 p.m. Okay? All right. So, if you need a motivational speaker, I'm the woman for the job. Get at me. Call me at 843-230-0175 or go to the website, SueHam.com. That's SueHam.com. Guys, you've been great. And before I get out of here, let me give you your tip of the week. The Extra Mile Man, Shawn Anderson, he drove the point home. We need to go the extra mile to accomplish our dreams. Sometimes in life we may feel like, I'm not quite where I want to be. Well, for me, when I start to feel like that, I begin to celebrate the small victories. So the next time you find yourself, wanting to be further and bigger, just take time out to be grateful for where you are and appreciate the small victories, okay? As long as you keep marching, you keep on moving forward, you're going to get to where you need to be. And I know, because I'm Sue Ham, baby. Thank you guys for listening. You know what to do. Catch me next week, same time, same bat channel. And until next time, you better live, learn, love, and laugh. Thanks, everybody, for listening to the Talking with Sue Ham show. I hope you join us again next week. And please make sure you go to my website at SueHam.com, SueHam.com. Share the show with your friends and family, as well as leave me a question or a comment about today's show. I would love to connect with you, be your motivational speaker, talk to you. Just go to the website, SueHam.com. And I look forward to seeing you guys next week, same time, 5:30 p.m. on WPDT 105.1.